following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
It is over the little hump of the middle week, and we are on Thursday. Y'all, we're on the glide. We're on the glide into the weekend. And for that, we've got Tracie Hitz with the Hitz List coming up with what's going on in Nashville. But we're going to do things a little differently today because we got a good-looking Mississippi Swamp Thing singer in the waiting room. And we're going to go to him first because I've been listening to his music, and I went, yeah, there's a reason Steve Azar said, I'm going to produce this dude. How are you, Tyler Tisdale?
I'm very good. It's nice to be here. It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Well, I got to ask, now, where were you brought up? Where are you people from? Is what we say in the South.
Well, I grew up on the Jones County line. I went to high school in a little town called Petal, Mississippi. But I grew up on East of Butchie Road, which is basically the Jones County line. So right next to the Free State.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you said it the way someone from Mississippi always says it. Mississippi. It's almost
that's right. You
kind of float in there with it. You know, my bestie from high school, she went to Ole Miss, and she was from Macomb, and she spent a lot of time teaching people how to say the state the right way. It's like
you just gotta let it flow. You just gotta let it flow. You know?
Do you bring that to your music?
I try to. Yeah, I think I definitely think there's you can hear the Mississippi in my music for sure. I know there's a hotbed of great songwriters down here, and I'm lucky to be friends with a lot of them, and so I've had a lot of very talented songwriters to learn from over the years, and kind of pick their brains. And so yeah, I definitely think you can hear a little Mississippi in there.
I love it. Now you're coming to Nashville.
I am. I'll be there Saturday.
Gonna be playing Backstage Nashville.
That's right. I'm very excited about it. 3rd and Lindsley, it's a historic spot, and I'm very excited to come in and check it out. I've played Nashville before in the past. The band I used to play with, we toured through there a couple times, but this will be my first bigger gig in Nashville, so I'm very excited about it.
That's just wonderful. It's so cool to see you, and I'm going to be there hosting, and I cannot wait to see you live because I've been watching videos and stuff. And Tyler, now how did you connect with Mr. Steve Azar? And was it all Mississippi based to hang out?
Well, I guess we should thank him coming back home to Mississippi for the connection being able to happen. He's got his radio show in a Mississippi Minute and on Super Talk Radio. And my dad actually is just an avid listener of his radio show. My dad loves talk show radio, and so he listens just every week or every day. I think it's a daily show maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Steve doesn't really advertise much for his consulting agency on there, mm-hmm. but he does have one, and he just happened to mention it on an episode, and so my dad told me about it, and he was like, you ought to send in a video and send in your bio, and just see what happens. And I was coming from a jam band world, really, with the band I was touring with. When I first started playing shows live. It was a singer-songwriter thing, but it kind of, as time progressed, I was exploring different avenues, and but I was kind of, that band ended because we were all going in different directions, and I was kind of coming back to the singer-songwriter thing. All the songs I was writing were kind of in that vein, and I at first when my dad brought it up, I was like, Steve comes from the country world. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's gonna mesh, and I was very silly to think that, obviously, but I called. I had a few songs written, so I had a nice video I just made. So I sent it in to Steve, and I sent in my bio, and he emailed me that night, actually. And then we were on a phone call the next day, and it happened that quick. And that was probably 2 weeks to a month prior to COVID. And so we get started on these writing sessions, and he's giving me writing projects, and things are going along. And he likes to say I just needed a little tweaking. He just gave me a few insights, and I'm always open to learning and getting better. I think you got to be that way as a musician or a songwriter, any aspect of it, really. But we got to working, and about midway through, he mentioned that he'd like to manage me and produce my record, and we just got to talking, and one thing led to another, and a couple years later, here we are.
Well, here we are, and here we will be. I want to invite everybody to Backstage Nashville, 3rd and Lindsley on Saturday. Doors at 11:15 a.m. Don't freak out. It takes all these songwriters a while before they really they go, great to see y'all, good crowd tonight. Go, wait a minute, it's like a breakfast show. I mean, but you know what? It sells out every week. If you got people coming in, take them to Backstage Nashville, because you will get to meet and see Tyler Tisdale. Thank you so much. Can I play one of your videos right now?
Absolutely. I would love that.
And I love the bare bones. This is what you are. This is what you sound like. And I love the fact that, and please tell Steve I said, hey,
I will.
Because many people come to Nashville and they sign their record deal, and they do records that the record company says, this is what your sound is, and this is what you're going to do. And to get him to be able to wrap up in what he is and what he loves to do and the people he likes to work with, I applaud him in that, and give him a big 2 thumbs up for me.
I absolutely will. For sure.
All right, everybody. Just ahead of Tracie Hitz and the Hitz List, here's Tyler Tisdale.
She's the one, probably the only one who don't think I'm just plain crazy. Well, she understands. Maybe she's the only one who can make me wanna dance. I know it's hard to love someone who's always on the run. Just know that this winding road leads me home to you. She can make mistakes, I'm pretty sure it don't take much from me to burn away her fears. always forgives me, grabs my face, kisses me, and I'm there, right where I belong. I know it's hard to love someone who's always on the run. Just know that this winding road leads me home to you. Can't wait to take a hand, make promises of the man that I know I'm gonna be someday. Yeah, and here we are, nice house, couple cars and a wooden fence built just for the girls. I know it's hard to love someone who's always on the run. Just know that this winding road leads me home to you. Oh, it's hard to love someone, yeah, who's always on the run. Just know that this winding road leads me home. Leads me home. Leads me home.
Okay, if I was the kid in the back seat, I'd be going, again. Tyler Tisdale. That is such a groove, and it just doesn't let up. I just love it. You can see him and meet him backstage Nashville this Saturday. And doors at 11:15, 12:15. We kick off the show, and it is nonstop songs and music and the story behind the song. It's going to be a good day. I think Miss Leslie Satcher's coming up on the show too. It's going to be a cool event. So get your tickets BackstageNashville.net. That's not the only ticket in town, because Tracie Hitz got all the other tickets we're going to talk about. How are you, Tracie?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having Tyler on. He's the best.
I'm telling you, you introduced me to the bestest people.
Yeah, well, that song is obviously the perfect wedding song. He's getting married in October. It has over 600,000 streams. Like, as you can tell, he's a pretty chill person, but like, yeah, you listen to it and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get married to that song. So yeah, he's great. And I'm super excited for Saturday. But like you said, other things going on, like tonight, Phil Vassar at City Winery.
My brother. I tell everybody, Phil Vassar and I were both signed to our publishing deal by the same person. My first publishing deal was with Linda Hargrove, who co-wrote Tennessee Whiskey. And, you know, it's people from home. She was my praise and worship leader back in Louisiana at my church, my little Pentecostal church. She played piano and sang songs, and that's how we met. She said, when you get to Nashville, look me up. And I did. And she signed me, and she signed Phil Vassar, and said we were her babies that she kind of guided along. And we'd all go out and watch him at the Mexican place out in Antioch. He'd play this Mexican restaurant. Now he's moved up in the world. He's playing City Winery. Go see Phil Vassar. If it's the last or the first thing you do, no matter what, make sure you do it.
Yeah, wow. She got that right, didn't she, on the first try?
She believed in him above anything and everything. I think she even took like a mortgage on her house to help promote his career. And she just was she said, I believe in him. It's like, you know, like Steve Azar, when you find it and you find an artist that you go, I believe in them. It's just, you know, so.
I love it. Well, like I said, City Winery, which we love City Winery. Don McLean is at the Ryman.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, American Pie. I mean, can you imagine what it's going to be like to sing American Pie in the Ryman Auditorium with Don McLean?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, it's
moly.
crazy. A lot of people say like I go to a concert just for one song. And so if that's true, then this is the show to go to.
This is the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he's got like a ton more, and then you won't even realize it till he starts singing it,
That is true.
Starry, Starry Night. Vincent was his song. I mean, it's just so many great songs. And it really has that Irish tenor down to perfection. Just a beautiful, beautiful singer.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then Leon Bridges is at Ascend tonight as well. So lots going on tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to New Kids on the Block at Bridgetown.
No kid. Well, of course you are. Of course you are.
Very excited. A friend's coming in from Chicago. It's like it's your childhood and you relive it. Salt and Pepper, Rick Astley in Vogue. It's going to be pretty fun.
Okay, now I got to ask. Now is it Danny Wahlberg?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie, is he in the group?
Oh yeah, they're all back. It's always been all 5 of them. Yeah.
I could hardly separate it from Blue Bloods now because I'm such a fan of Blue Bloods. But follow he and his wife Jenny McCarthy on Instagram because they are the cutest couple I've ever seen. They're so funny.
They really are. I love them. And the same, I love Blue Bloods too. But back when I was working at Northwestern, like 2008. Joey McIntyre was, doing his solo thing, and he was really trying to be solo. And we had him sing the national anthem at a basketball game. And so I just asked him, I was like, because he was struggling a little bit financially compared to what he had been doing before. And, he's playing just like a little show in Evanston that night. And I was like, well, why don't you guys just like get back together and like do like a tour for a couple shows or something, make a whole bunch of money? And he was like, no, we're just really trying to do our own thing. And I was like, that seems silly. And then, look at them now. I feel like maybe I gave them the idea. I
think it was you. It was you. You got the Hitz List. You got to go to Hitz and Branding. She's got all the great ideas. See, that was it.
Yeah, so we'll be there.
From financial ruin.
Yeah. He's like, no, we're all trying to do our own thing. I was like, I totally get it, but what about the money? Yeah. So anyway, I've seen them a couple times, and it's a really fun show, and I'm excited again. But also tomorrow, Luck Be a Lady. The Music Biz conferences has been in town this week, and so the Richland Group is hosting that. It's their rooftop series at the Bento Living in Chestnut Hill. But Maggie Baugh and Alyssa Bonaguru, who I just saw again last night at our listening room, she's so great. But the 4 ladies, and they're kicking that off again tomorrow, kind of ending the week for Music Bay.
Bailey James just played that rooftop thing at Bento. Yeah.
Yes. That's another spot that I haven't been to yet, but I've heard amazing things, and the people that they're bringing in are great. So that's a place to just go because it's there. Saturday, Allie and AJ are at Marathon Works. So that's kind of fun. And then obviously Backstage Nashville on Saturday. And then the Nashville Rosé Festival, they have a little bit of music. It's really about the rosé, but it's a really fun festival over in East Nashville. So I wanted to give a little bit a pub for there. And then the Music City Showdown is Saturday and Sunday at Nissan Stadium. And they've got a ton of great people, but they have Tyler Farr, John Langston, Noah Hicks coming out there. But it's all weekend, and you can just listen to music. There's vendors, and it's just really fun.
Wow. I always get tired before the weekend when I listen to Tracie lay out all the stuff there is to do. Because here's the deal. Tracie goes to like all this stuff. She goes to all of it. You can follow her on Instagram, of course, just Tracie Hitz, correct?
Yes.
Or is it under Hitz and Brad? Okay. Tracie Hitz, not with an S, with a Z. Like Zorro. Like Zorro wrote her name. TheHitzList.com. You can find out all that she talks about and keep up with what's going on in Nashville. And of course, if you're an artist and you need some good advice, like get back with your original group, make some money, she got all those kind of good tips. You go to Hitz with a Z and branding.com. Thank you, Tracie. I appreciate you being here.
Awesome. Thank you. See you Saturday.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, coming up June 3rd and 4th, it is the Homestead Festival. And every single day, Rory Feek, my buddy, is doing a vlog. That is a farm blog on video. A vlog. And the biggest question he answers now is, how do we get Kevin Costner to do the Homestead Festival?
The number one question that we get about the Homestead Festival more than any other, is how did we get Kevin Costner to come? It all started as an idea. We knew we wanted to end each day of the festival with music, and so we began lining up some of our favorite artists and bands, the Isaacs, Jimmy Fortune, and the guys from Brotherly Love Quartet. And once they agreed to come, we started thinking about who might headline the last night, and we all decided that we should shoot for the moon and try to get someone to come to the farm that was beyond all of our wildest dreams. Now, most of my friends and family are all big fans of the TV series Yellowstone, and so am I. And they watch every episode as soon as it comes out and can't wait for each new season. We even hosted a Yellowstone premiere party at our barn last fall. And so as I had yet another friend of mine call and tell me about the series, the thought occurred to me. What if we could get John Dutton to come to the festival? Well, not John himself, but someone even better, Kevin Costner. Of course, I don't know him, but I remembered that I know a guy who knows Kevin. And so I called my friend Matt, who reached out to his friend Nick. And next thing I know, I'm on the phone with Mr. Costner's agent, sharing the idea of the festival with him. I told him the dates of the festival, and he said he would check with Kevin. And a few days later, we got a call back that said Kevin will be filming Season 5 of Yellowstone in Montana during that time. But if we'd arranged to get him from the set in Darby to our farmhouse in Tennessee, he was in. And so after much consideration and prayer, we booked Kevin Costner and Modern West to play the first annual Homestead Festival. That was late February, and we're only a few weeks away, so it's time for us to start working out all the travel plans, hotels, and sound check times, and other things that start getting ready. And so I made my way to Nashville this morning to meet with Kevin's agent, Nick Minema, to talk through the plans. I had never met Nick in person before, so I was looking forward to getting to know him and spend some time talking through the details. I can't share my breakfast with him, but let me tell you, he's about as nice a guy as I've ever met. And from the stories and the other things he shared with me, Mr. Costner's just as nice a guy as we all think he would be. Love your 54-olds. Please call if or when you may consider selling it. Craig. I do need a good farm truck. Maybe I'll call you, Craig. We'll see. When our meeting was through, since we were already in town, I decided to stop off and pick something up for Indy and the kids at school that I could bring back and surprise them. It's always great fun to drive my old car into Nashville, as lots of nice folks tend to wave and smile as they pass by, and from time to time, some of them even want to stop and chat with you. So that's how we got Mr. Costner to come. It's not much of a story, actually. We just had a crazy idea, and I happen to have a friend who has a friend who knows him. And the timing and probably 100 other things all lined up perfectly so he could join us this year. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you can get them and find out more information at thehomesteadfestival.com. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
That I love him so much. I just love him. Rory Feek, thehomesteadfestival.com. They can only sell 5,000 tickets. That's it. But we've got a pair to give away on Friday if you're watching this show. And I'm going to tell you how. But we're going to announce the winner on Monday. So how cool is that? So we'll get a winner on Friday. We'll announce a winner who won the tickets on Monday. I just love it. The homesteadfestival.com. Get your tickets right now. It's going to be a very, very cool event. And so is this.
T.G. Shepherd here.
And Kelly Lang.
Once again, Kelly and I have the honor of hosting Country for a Cause. And as always, it takes place this year at 3rd and Lindsley on June the 8th at 7 p.m. We're always so honored to be able to do this. We have an incredible guest list this year.
Yes, we do.
People performing. Tell them who's going to be on, Kelly.
Well, we're hosting it, and we have a lot of help from our good friend Devin O'Day in between acts. I'm so grateful for her. Let me say ahead of time that this is sponsored by our dear friends Gus Arundel at Springer Mountain Farms Chickens. We are so happy to
Country
have
music's greatest supporters.
Yes,
Gus.
they are. The people on our show so far: John Berry, T. Graham Brown, John Ford Coley.
Oh, I love John.
The Isaacs, Richard Lynch, Wendy Moten, John Rich, Riders in the Sky, Tweety and Lynn, Rhonda Vincent, Michelle Wright, and Billy Yates.
We hope to see you at 3rd and Lindsley for Country for a Cause, June the 8th at 7 p.m.
See you there.
It's going to be so much fun. Oh, but speaking of fun, nighttime at the Nashville Zoo. Have you been? You got till July 17th to go. Do not wait till the weather gets back. See, you just don't know. You just need to go ahead and take a date night and go to the Nashville Zoo. A wild display of sounds and light, and the flamingos are worth the price of admission. And speaking of the price of admission, it's very affordable for date night. They have food there, they have drink there, even adult beverages. They have fire dancing, and not all at the same time. Well, that is our show for today. Tomorrow it is our Farm and Friday. Got a lot of things going on. Plus, we're going to talk to Gene Garcia with Adult and Teen Challenge. Got a great show with him, the Hope Show. And the Kilgore Bluegrass Festival, we're going to be talking to them. There's so much happening around Music City, and we like to be the little show in the middle of the day that stays up, that you can go back and refer back to and go, what was that thing that Devin was talking about? Oh, and I forgot one more thing. Before I get out of here, let me see if I can find it right here. There's something going on in Murfreesboro that I do not want to miss telling you about. Okay, May 21st, the Center for the Arts has Backstage Bash. They're going to close off the streets May 21st, right there in front of the Arts Center. And the Backstage Bash is going to be full of music and entertainment and all sorts of fun things. That's in Murfreesboro, where we have the Murfreesboro Post. Nashville is full of great things. But Nashville is not just Nashville. It's Clarksville. It's Cheatham County. It is Wilson County. It is the Wilson Post. We have got newspapers all around. We got you surrounded with all sorts of good stuff. So hopefully you will be part of something fun. And if you do have something fun coming up, don't forget, drop me a line, devinoday@gmail.com. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. But remember, most of all, what? You're loved. Thank you, Elizabeth and Leslie and Steve and all you guys who join me every day. I appreciate it. Share and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together like it's silent Sunday summer, together on my front porch with my friends, together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.